this video, I'll be talking about my relationship with my husband and what it's like for me as a vegan to be married to someone who isn't vegan. In a previous comment on another video, I was asked, is your husband vegan? And if not, what are his thoughts on you being vegan? And in answer to that, I would say that he is very supportive of me being vegan, and he himself has been trying to eat more healthy and plant-based in his diet. And he's actually pretty proud of me for having a YouTube channel and for educating people. So he is very supportive. We've watched the movie Forks Over Knives together. We weren't actually physically together because he was in the US and I was in Australia, and this was after our honeymoon. And so I was watching it online and he was watching it on Netflix, and we watched it together, and after it I could tell that his perspective on food had changed, and he could see that a plant-based diet is very healthy and it can reverse disease, and that it was actually a pretty cool thing to be on a plant-based diet. And so that has influenced him. And another film that we watched together during our honeymoon before Forks Over Knives was Food Inc. So that's not really a vegan movie, but it does show what factory farming is like and animal agriculture. And after we watched the movie, he was like, I just want to eat vegan food now. Can we just eat vegan food? And I was like, yeah. But it wasn't like he was becoming vegan then and there. He's still kind of transitioning. I don't know, and we don't know if he will ever become fully vegan. But I believe that he is changing for the better. Like everyone changes with education. So the next film that I'm going to try to watch with him is Cowspiracy. And I've heard that it's a really good film. So yeah, I want to watch that with him. But at the moment he's studying for something, so we can only watch it earliest late next week. So yeah, when we get a chance, we'll watch that together, and that should also educate, and it will educate both of us. I've also been quite influential in his life with diet because he has been buying more fruit. He has been buying boxes of bananas, and he even has been taking bananas to work to share with his workmates, because a lot of people in his life don't really eat that healthy. And because he's been more educated, like through being in a relationship with me, like whenever we talk about food and health, he learns a little bit more each time. So he kind of understands the concept of healthy eating, what's healthy, and that carbs are good, that we don't need that much protein, and that it's good to keep your fat intake lower if you want to lose weight. So he's also been trying to educate the people in his life and just kind of spread the vegan message, but even though he's not vegan. So I think that's pretty cool. And I'm really proud of him for being so open to it, because a lot of people aren't open. I think out of all the people in my life who I have met in person, he's probably the most understanding of veganism and how healthy a plant-based diet is. So yeah, that's why I chose to marry him. I mean, for a lot of other reasons as well, but let's say that he wasn't supportive. Like if he was constantly making fun of the way that I eat, or for just my lifestyle choices, then of course I wouldn't marry him, because that just shows a lack of understanding between people. And I think if you marry someone, you need to be able to communicate who you are, and just not be afraid of being yourself around them, and having someone to support you and like be your best friend. I think that's really important in a marriage and in any close relationship. So that's where I would draw the line. Oh, another thing is that he has been trying to eat more vegan even though I'm not with him. So even last night, he was actually about to go out for dinner, but I said, well, don't you have any pasta or rice? And he did have some leftover rice, and he also found a punnet of blueberries, and he found half an avocado, and he found a can of corn kernels. So he kind of just made this mishmash of dinner for himself, and it was vegan. And I guess if I was actually there living with him, it would make things a lot easier. And of course, if I'm living with him, I would cook vegan meals, and he will eat them. I mean, even when I was visiting him in October last year, I was cooking some of the time because he'd be out at work and I was just at his house. And I would sometimes just cook vegan spaghetti and vegan noodles, or like just really simple stuff. So I don't imagine that it'll really be a big problem. And he knows that it makes me sad when he eats a lot of meat. And he has actually changed a lot since he met me. I think if I was dating someone who was already vegan, or even married to someone who's already vegan, I might not have that same influence. So yeah, if you see it that way, it can be a positive. And I think my message to those who are vegan but are in relationships where the other person is not vegan, or even in friendships where people aren't vegan, just keep being an example and keep educating, keep being positive, and be compassionate toward other people. I know it's really easy to just hate people and dislike people when they're so ignorant, but you do have to be compassionate, because we were all once not vegan, right? Well, except for a few people who were born and raised as vegans, but for the majority of us, we had to have our eyes opened and we had to be educated, and sometimes it just takes time, and we just have to be patient. So yeah, I hope that this video encouraged you and also helped you to understand why I am married to a non-vegan. And I will keep you updated as well, if you like, on how things are going and like the kind of meals that we make once we're living together. Yeah, and if you have any questions, just let me know, because I would like to answer them and get to know you guys better as well. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Let's just say you're dating somebody, or you've been with somebody a long time. Can you look at that person and you know what, if they're wanting to change and they're wanting to improve, that's wonderful. But let's just say they don't. Let's say you look at that person at face value for what they are today. What kind of core qualities do they have? Were these things that you were attracted to them in the beginning? Do they have a good heart? Do they love you like no other? Do they love you no matter what? Do they let you change and be what you want to be? Can you look at them today and think, they're enough right where they are. They're enough who they are. You know, because a lot of times the people you think are the ones you want to love, when you get up and close and personal with these people, they're not even all they were cracked up to be. Maybe they're not the rainbow they sold you on, you know. But do the people in your life have the core qualities in a person that you want, you know? Do they have integrity and friendship and love, compassion? Do they have these things? Furthermore, you don't have to try to change them, you know. Let them be as you grow and shine your light so bright that no one can deny